have a huge bubble here and smaller bubbles like here. This bubble would be huge because this is the good part. So I would only have to click only in the beginning through this. So when I watch this part of the video, I'm hooked and I say to my friend, you know what? You were right. Like when I watch this part, you're right. Like I am having, I understand why you say that I would like hardcore porn. Right? So you trust him more because he gives you the credentials of the hardcore porn is nice or stupid, and then like you can judge all the other ones later. Like you judge this one, which is the important thing right now. Like he should tell you watch this part in the beginning because he wants to save you time from this. He knows this whole thing, like he likes this whole thing, but he knows that you can relate only with this part. But if he wants to communicate with you, he would like to talk to you about all of it, right? But if he would start from this, from the important part of the video and not from the start of the video, if he would show me this first and not if he would take me this and he would show me like, look man, like this is the pussy. Look how nice it is. Didn't I tell you that the pussy is nice, so the woman is nice? So you should not be afraid of women. And women have pussy, which is the more important for you now. And they have also cooking skills and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So you order things based on importance this way. Like not every minute have the same value in information. For example, when you start, like you have to have an intro, right? You have to have an intro when you start your video. And then usually it's boring and it's like classical and you know it and you just want to skip it, man. Like that was the bad thing with TV. You could not skip it. You could just have to wait for it because that's time. That's how time works. So then you have like here when the show starts, right? When the show starts. And then in TV, usually you would go like here and then there would be break, okay? And then during the break, you don't know, should I go to the, like, wait a second. Let's say this is your time frame from the day on the TV days. So you're like yes, this is a TV show. So a TV show would be like this is the start. This is the intro finishing. This is the whole intro. Right? This is the good part. I don't know, the hook, or they start telling the good story, or they keep it, they solve the mystery they left unsolved on the last episode. So this is the cool part. Like you like this part, right? It's giving you high. You feel high. And then like and then they catch you for commercials. And then at this point of time, you have this time to go for I don't know, to go to the toilet for number one, number two, I don't know. But if you want to go for number two and you realize it here at this point of time, then you have the problem that, oh my god, if I go and take a shit right now, I have to camp in the toilet, man. Like I have to stay this long. So you have two choices: either to suppress yourself and wait until here, so you can go and shit here, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you finish. If you finish here, if you start your shitting here, it doesn't matter when you finish because you don't have anything important then. But here, this is an important thing of your time. You don't want to lose it. So you either keep it until the show ends, or you just, I don't know, you just shit and you lose the movie. And that makes you feel sad. Like you start being sad. Like this is the moment of time we realize that you're in the toilet and you hear from your toilet the movie starting again. And then you start feeling sad. Oh my god, I'm losing all the information, man. I'm losing, like you try to take a shit like faster. And then you start watching again the movie and you start like watching again and then you end up here. Like you don't enjoy the whole thing. Like just because of this problem that you could not travel in time. Like you could not do, like you had to do things linearly. You had to take a shot first and then do the thing. But that's what happens with a TV show. But look what happens, look the magic that happens with a YouTube show. Look what happened with fucking YouTube. Like we start the line here, right? This is the start of the show. Usually the intros in YouTube are much shorter. Like all of this time is just like intro. Like it's like nothing. You don't want to see it. You want to skip it. So usually in YouTube videos have like little to none intro because they know that no one has time for your bullshit, man. Don't give me 1 minute, like 1 minute intro. Like, are you crazy? I want my time. Just so this is where you start. So this is where it starts. And then you watch and then you watch and you like and you like and you like. And at some point here, you're having fun. But you know, you realize that you're getting you want to take a shit. So what you can do, like, if you would go to the toilet, you would lose all this thing here, right? You would lose all the next part. Let's say you take a shit for long, like for 2 days, like, come on, man, it was a big meal, it was a burrito, who cares? Who cares? Right? Like, you would stop here in the cliffhanger, and then as you would go in the toilet, like your mood would drop like immediately, and then you start suddenly, like as the story of the show is going on, if it would go on in the TV, you would feel sad. So this part here would exist only if TV was without commercials. Like if TV was without without breaks, you would have this drop. But with YouTube, you can, like with YouTube, you can go through the same show and then reach to this point where you want to shit in time. And then you just watch what you do. You just stop the video here. And then you move. Or like, if the show goes on, for example, let's delay the show go on. What you can actually do is like, you're stopped here in time, right? You're stopped here. So the next time you want to go and watch it, you want to start from here, from this point, right? So this is the axis of happiness. This is time. Like this is happiness, like the higher this is, the happier you feel in the series. Okay, and the lower, it's the saddest. Okay, yeah, blah, blah. But you look at this, like you never have access back in time. Like you in time, you can never go backwards, which is I don't know, which is maybe what Marty McFly said, like you never go backwards or you don't change the, I don't know what he said. Anyway, this is the problem. You can move from happiness to sadness. Like you have this movement, like back and forth, but you don't have this back in time. Like this axis is not used. This is the only axis that is used. Like the x-axis is only on the positive side. You cannot travel back. But with YouTube, what you could do is like, you could stop time. You can start watching the series and then you want to take a shit. And then instead of you having to lose all of this, the next show, you start from here next time. And then you also do another spike. And then this is where the episode ends. So instead of you having like this massive drop here, and then you take a shit quickly and then all this stuff, and then you end up here. Like you end up in a shitty position, like, yeah man, like I liked it, but I lost most of the show. But here, let's say you start here and then you lose, like this is your drop, this is the calm down, the rush that comes down that you don't like. So you don't like this part, but you know what? In the end of the day, you take a dump, like you travel away from time from here. You do your thing in time, and then you come back and you go on from this point of time in the video point of reference, point of view. Like, think of it, if you're the video and you're watching some guy watching you from the other side, then you see that this guy, like you're just playing, you're just going in one direction. You don't understand. Like, you always see him there. Why? Because as I'm playing my whole thing, he's always there. Like, as I'm playing my whole thing, he's always there. Like, let's say I am the show now. Like, before I was this guy. Now I want to be this guy. Like, I want to be the video. Like, I watch things linearly. I watch things from this side. I am the guy that watches the YouTube. Okay? So I am going linearly, and I watching the guy, like, he's happier, and he's happier, and he's happier, and he's happier. And then at some point, he just pressed pause. And then he goes for shit. But I can, like, and then he goes for shit. But I cannot understand that. Because on the next moment, he's still there. Like, in my point of view, like, if I go from this time to this time, in this time, he's still here. Even though he traveled in time, in my opinion, like, I think that he traveled in time because he did on the same thing. Like, I see him, like, in this. Let's say this is the whole video, right? And this is the amount of time one wants to take shit. This is, let's say, 40 minutes. And this is 3 minutes. Okay? The shit. And this is the show. And this is a shit show. Blah, blah, blah. So, if he says that, oh my God, like, in the TV, if he wanted, like, show and shit, he will take 43 minutes at its lowest. Like, at the best case scenario, it would be 43. And what would that best case scenario be? If this time span, like, if he would shit between the commercials only. He wouldn't have to lose his show. He would lose only the fucking commercials, which he doesn't care. So, if I am the TV, I say that, okay, like, I saw you through the, like, when I was on, like, I was on the movie I was on, and I was watching you, and you were there. But then the commercial will go on, so I was not watching you. Like, I could not watch you. Like, my screen also was black. You changed the channel, I couldn't watch you back. So, like, I can understand that in these 3 minutes that I had the black timing, I could not see you. You could have gone for a dump. So that I'm saying to you that, okay, you could have watched the shit and the show, but not in less time than 43 minutes. That's impossible. Not in less time than 43 minutes. Like, if you say that the commercials are 3 minutes, if you think that the commercials would last 3 minutes, yes, this is commercials. Anyway, then it means that this whole time span is 43 minutes. So, you could not have shitted and watched the show in under 43 minutes. But in YouTube, you come and you tell me, I watched the show, all of it, and I took a shit in 40 minutes. Where is this 3 minutes going? Like, I'm watching the guy, like, I'm always here, and I sensed that something was wrong here. That he pressed the pause, and then he pressed the pause again. Right? In this time frame, that for me, this is like 1 second or 1 nanosecond, like the press of the button, he took a dump which lasts 3 minutes. How do you do that? Do you, like, how? That's how I see. Like, if I'm YouTube, if I'm a guy that is watching the guy that is watching YouTube, then I see that, dude, like, how could you take a dump and watch the show at the same time? Like, how could you do the double core processing of a thing that is linear? For example, you cannot beat time. Time is linear. You cannot beat time. But you beat it because you traveled around it. I don't know how to explain. I haven't seen it. Yeah, just fuck it. That's it. Anyway, so where do I start it from? Okay, my simple idea was this. Like, when you start sorting things out, for example, you go into a torrent site and then you see this. what does this mean? Like, and then you sort by seeds, which means if you go like you want sort by seeds, and then what does seeds mean? You go deeper. Ah yes, I want to weigh about the 3D book. Yeah, and the 3D book is like John, and then I zoom more into John's personality things, just to not forget. Okay, and now in this list, so let's say this is not Amazon. What do I say? This is torrents. For example, this is the Pirate Bay. Imagine, and then you go and then you say search by seeds. So instead of having like the first one and then the second one and then the third one and the third, but this is greater. But this is greater by much further. Like this is downloaded 14,000 times, and this is the second is only 7,000. So this is not important. Like the first one is more important than the second one, not in the same way that the second one is important there from the third one. For example, if this is the views axis, and this is the, for example, you go into the top 100, and then you see like, yeah, first inception, second blah blah blah, third Windows, fourth blah blah blah. So, but this has 14,000 views, and this has 7,000 views, and this has 5,000 views. Okay, and this has 300, and then it goes like very low, because the top 100, like these are the most important things, right? So you're seeing like this, so like you see that the first from the second one have a 7,000 difference based on seeds, based on like sorted by seeds, right? They have 7,000 difference, and these have like 2,000 difference, but still like I get them in the same importance. Like this is way more, like this is double more important than anything. This is Bitcoin, man. Like this is Bitcoin, and this is the second, and this is the third, and this is the fourth, and then it goes like this, right? So this is their importance. This is inception. This is Bitcoin, for example. This is Ripple. This is something else. This is something else. This is like all of them, all of these things, they're like, this is the 14,000. You cannot, like, this should be much larger, this should take all of this area, and this should take less area, and this should take less and less and less and less. And then you put them you take all of these circles and you put them here in a nice square box where I can have like immediate access, and I can sort them by this, and I can fit them, and I can put some here, and I can go there, and I can go here. So this is the first, and this is the second larger, and this is the third larger, fourth, like 5, 6, and 7, and like this is how you see. This is how you have a better picture of what is going on, man. Like you understand? Yeah. But yeah, it's important not to forget the 3D book. This is the thing. I'm not forgetting. Yeah, I want. For example, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how to choose. For example, if you give it to me in order, if I have them in order, I don't know how to choose, right? Like this is the first, but I don't know. If this is the first, of course I have much more possibilities to take this one. But instead of having this and not any other information, I can go through it. I can click in it, and I can go through and see like Inception, and see like trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3, and have to choose immediately my trailer. I can only choose to waste the 2 minutes of the trailer I feel like I should watch, you know? So I should not watch randomly any trailer of this show hoping that it's the good one. Because there are 3 trailers. Maybe you see the bad one. Maybe you not see the cool one. Yeah, or the coolest. Or the one, not the coolest. Not the coolest to you. To you. Because you have to relate somehow. So like here, you have to go like imagine if you have to go like this, like the information is going linearly. If you by here if by the middle you don't even know who you are anymore, you just skip the procedure. But here in this map, for example, you're interested in this, or like, and this is this big because you sorted by seeds, right? If you sort by, I don't know, time, maybe this, like this is Inception, but Inception is, I don't know, it's been gone for 3 months. And if you sort by time, what is downloaded more by the time, like sorting them by time, like if you take the top 100 by the seeds, you get this list. But if you get the top 100 by time of uploading, you get this amount of downloads. But now, like, this is going to be like the biggest bubble is going to be the most recently added, or the most downloaded from the 100 most recently uploaded. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter, like I lost it somewhere. Anyway, so like this is the plan. Instead of you going through the whole thing, you can go like, you can, instead of you going like a rat, like one by one, like this, you can go like that and have everything first. Like, you don't know what you want. Like here, for example, you start searching for a movie. You don't know what you want. So you start from here, hoping, and you scroll down that, hoping based on, I don't know, title of the movie, that you like one movie. You don't know how to judge. But if I give you all of the movies at the same time, with this importance, or you can sort, like this is sorted but what other people saw, or like what other people are downloading and uploading at the moment. So if you could have your own criteria of things, then you would, like, this bubble would be indeed always the best for you. Always, like, if not always the best, like the 100 best, it would be the 80% best. And that's also fine, because it's gonna get better. As you get better in understanding how you choose the film you're gonna watch, this thing, because then you're gonna start sorting your like, you don't want to sort by what everybody watches. You want to sort by everybody, like everything that you like. So like you should want to sort by likeness, like my likeness of movie, right? And this my likeness, I don't know what I like. I have that problem. Why I have that problem here? Why I have that problem here in the list? Because you're telling me that if I invest in school, like if I study, then by the 100